Hello guys, good evening and welcome to the weekend edition of the Footybets YouTube channel. Tonight we will be discussing about the weekend games across Europe's top 5 leagues. Remember what we say when we get into it is that we have a target to get 10,000 subscribers before the end of November. I know I said that throughout October, but do us a favor by liking the subscribe button, or rather clicking on the subscribe button below, like this video and turn on notifications because we're releasing videos like this on a regular, right? Let's do a quick recap of the games that we called in the Champions League in midweek. So it was just 2 games that we got wrong. We called about 11 games there, and we just got 2 games wrong. Incidentally, it was the game Liverpool versus Napoli that we got completely wrong. I'd gone for a Napoli X2 win on the strength of Napoli's recent victory, or rather recent run. They were on a 13-game winning run there, and that run ended at Anfield there. Liverpool surprisingly coming away with the victory there, 2-0 on the night. And then the other one we got wrong was Salzburg versus AC Milan. I went for a goal there. AC Milan won that game 4-0. Okafor couldn't do it on the night there. So let me just count the games. So that was 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So that was, we got about 11 games, right? And we only got 2 wrong. So hey guys, that's 2 over 11. That's more than 70%, which is a pass mark, or a pass rate in any other endeavor, right? So let's really get into the weekend games coming up very soon in the next 30 minutes. I'm not going to touch too much on the games today in the Premier League. You've got Leicester, Everton, you've got Brighton, Wolverhampton, you've got Leeds, Brentford there. But the game I'm going to call in the Premier League for today, being Saturday, will be Man City versus Fulham there. Guys, do we need to say too much there other than a Man City straight victory there, right? I'm tempted to call Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Brighton over Albion on the strength of Brighton's wonderful display against Chelsea at the Amex last week there. Wolverhampton just got a new coach, Julian Lopetegui. The guy was sacked at Sevilla a couple of weekends ago. So this is probably going to be his first match in charge. I don't know if he will be in the dugout there. But let's not forget that they will cost out to go a red card in the last round of fixtures there. So Wolves are a bit light in the attack there. I don't see them causing an upset in this game. I expect Brighton to go ahead and win that game. But if you want to really be safe on your ticket there, you can go ahead and play 2x there, which is Brighton win or draw there. Now let's focus on some games in the Bundesliga today. You've got Bayern Munich versus Hertha Berlin. Guys, I'm not going to say too much there. Bayern were impressive against Inter at the Allianz Arena. I know, they were playing at home against Inter Milan there, but Inter Milan too, created a few problems for them too. And maybe on another night, they might have managed to score one there. Inter won that game 2-0 there. Benjamin Pavard scoring in the first half, and then I think it was Choupo-Moting that found a way to score again in the second half there. So it was 2-0 victory for the Bavarians there. I expect them to go ahead and beat Hertha Berlin there. I believe it should be the penultimate rounds of games across Europe, except the Premier League. So it's important that Bayern finishes strongly, knowing fully well that Union Berlin are ahead in the table there by I think a point there. So I'm going for a Bayern straight victory there. I'm not going to call any games there. I'm tempted to call RB Leipzig, but they've been really, really inconsistent in the Bundesliga. So the same as Borussia Dortmund versus Bochum there. I don't want to call that game. That game looks too dicey to call. Yeah, so let's go to games in La Liga. Tonight, Barcelona play against Almeria, and incidentally, it's going to be the last game for Gerard Piqué. Hey, what a wonderful career he's had with Barcelona. Remember him playing in Manchester United in 2008. He even won the Champions League there against Chelsea. Yeah, it was part of that team before moving to Barcelona the following season to win the treble there with Pep Guardiola. So he's had an incredible run as a professional. He's also won the World Cup and the UEFA Cup with Spain there. So he's had a long and successful and glittering career there. I expect that Barcelona will go out today just because of him, and secure 3 points against Almeria. So I'm calling that as a straight win for Barcelona tonight. And let's go to Serie A. Serie A has a lot of mouth-watering clashes this weekend. I think it's headlined by Inter versus Juventus, which is the Derby della Madonnina, and also Roma Lazio, which is the Rome Derby. Let's start with Inter Juventus. Guys, I don't think I want to say too much here. I expect Inter to just go there and just win that game, even though Juventus are at home. right? Juventus have just been pathetic all season long. They lost that game against PSG in midweek. That I thought that they would, at least try and salvage pride there. In fact, in our midweek call, we called it as a goal there. Bonici scored the equalizer for them at 1-1 before PSG went ahead again on the night to win 2-1 there. So Juventus have really been shocking. They've had a very dismal European campaign this season. And Inter Milan are coming off that. It was a loss to the Bavarians in Germany there, but it was impressive. Barella could have scored a worldie there, but the Bavarians goalkeeper was just up to the task on the day there. So yeah, I am expecting Inter to completely dominate that game. Of the two teams, they are the form team. Yeah, I'm not going to say too much. I expect Inter Milan to go ahead and win that one there. You got AC Milan versus Spezia, and I was checking the last 5 games between them. So AC Milan have recorded some very funny results against Spezia. Spezia are winning some of those games there in recent memories. But I think AC Milan coming out with that 4-0 victory against Salzburg to secure their passage into the round of 16 in Champions League. I think they will have too much for Spezia. Olivier Giroud scored a double in that game. Messia has added one man. I think it was Rade Krunic added one more too. Yeah, so AC Milan should have too much for Spezia. I'm expecting them to go ahead and win that game. So that's a straight victory. The one that's happening tonight will be Atalanta versus Napoli there. Napoli is so impressive. Their 13-game winning run coming to a halt at Anfield there. Atalanta too have also lost some steam in the last couple of weekends there. This game has always produced goals by both sides there. I think it's only won in the last 5 games that both teams have drawn blank there. So again, I'll just go for an easy goal there. I don't feel like Napoli are maybe beginning to lose some steam there. So I'm not going to call an outright either win or lose here. I'm just going to say your bet is safe with a goal or an over 1.5. And I think the last game I'll touch in Serie A for this weekend would be the game versus Roma versus Lazio. Hey, Mario goes head-to-head against Maurizio Sarri there, and I expect it to be a serious clash, a serious fireworks there. It's time to call that one. I think I would call that one as an under 2.5, right, guys? It's the first time I'm calling the game as an under 2.5. I feel it to be a very cagey affair. I don't think anyone wants to lose that game. Especially at this stage of the season when they know, very soon they're going for the World Cup break. So under 2.5 to me would just about do it here. Yeah, so that's pretty much the games we're covering in Serie A this weekend. Let's also go to the Eredivisie, which is a Dutch game. I mean the Classica. Ajax versus PSV there, and this game has traditionally always been a goal game. So guys, let's not think too much about it. We know that Ajax finished with a flourish in the Champions League, beating Rangers 3-1 to qualify for the Europa League there. PSV to themselves too. Not exactly sure how they ended their UEFA campaign there, or rather their Europa League campaign there, but I am also expecting them to also breach Ajax's goal. So yeah, this one is a safe call for a goal. There's a game in Turkey that I'm trying to look at. It involves Galatasaray. Guys, just give me a minute. Let me look at it. Galatasaray versus Besiktas. So this game traditionally has always produced a home victory, right? Very very fierce rivalry there in Turkey there. So that's Galatasaray versus Besiktas. I expect again that if the home team doesn't go on to win, and that also you can also have a goal there. So for Galatasaray Besiktas, I would say play a goal or a home victory or an over 1.5, right? Guys, that's pretty much it. So let's now return to the English Premier League for games that will be played tomorrow on Sunday. Headline, of course, by Arsenal versus Chelsea there, the London Derby, right? Arsenal have enjoyed some form of victory there at Stamford Bridge the last 3 seasons there. I don't think it will continue this season. I think Chelsea have something to prove, especially after that disastrous outing against Brighton at the Amex there. They lost that one 4-1. It was a pathetic display on the day. They followed that up though with a convincing victory against Zagreb 2-1 in the Champions League. Arsenal 2-1 again with the second team basically against FC Zurich at the Emirates there. This one will be tough to call, but I'm not going to call it as an outright victory, although I think Arsenal are the informed team here. I might just make it 3 in a row at Stamford Bridge, but this one I think the safest bet here is an over 1.5 or a goal. So guys, let me just say it again: Arsenal Chelsea, calling it as an over 1.5 or a goal. right? The other game will be Liverpool versus Tottenham. Hey, Liverpool Tottenham is a guaranteed goal. Let's not even argue it too much. And I know some won't be available there, but there's Harry Kane, um, and he has a very good goal scoring record against Liverpool. Liverpool to almost always score against Tottenham. So yeah, this one is the safest goal out there for the weekend. The other game will be Manchester United versus Aston Villa, or rather Aston Villa versus Manchester United, because United are away to Villa this weekend there. And the guys everybody used to say good evening, good evening. That's former Arsenal coach. I've forgotten his name now. Can you imagine that? Anyways, it's going to be his first game in charge of Aston Villa. There, I don't expect too much difference there. I expect Manchester United to go in there and pick up the points there. But if you feel like it might be a game for those Aston Villa players to prove something to their new manager, then you can go ahead and play a Manchester United X2 victory, or rather a Manchester United X2. So that's draw for Manchester United there. And that's pretty much the games. So a couple of Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, Arsenal. Yeah, there's Newcastle versus Southampton. Yeah, Newcastle versus Southampton. Guys, let's just play Newcastle X2, right? Newcastle are the informed team here, and they've been impressive all season long. So X2 for Newcastle there. So guys, that's pretty much it. Let's just do a quick review again, starting from the games in the Premier League. We got Arsenal Chelsea as a goal or an over 1.5, right? We have called Man City straight win against Fulham. We've called Wolverhampton Brighton as Brighton X2. We've called Liverpool Tottenham as a goal. We've called Aston Villa versus Manchester United as an X2. We've called Newcastle versus Southampton as Newcastle X2, right? In La Liga, we've called it as Barcelona versus Almeria. That's the game I'm really looking at there. I've called it as a straight victory for Barcelona. I expect them to secure that victory in honor of Gerard Piqué's retirement. It's his last game for Barcelona there. Real Madrid are playing Rayo Vallecano on Monday there. I didn't include it initially, but yeah, you can go ahead and play a straight victory for Real Madrid there. In the Dutch Eredivisie, we've called Ajax versus PSV as a goal there. In Germany, we called Bayern Munich as a straight win against Hertha Berlin. Yeah, that's the only game we called in Germany. In Italy, we called about 4 or 5 games, starting with Inter Juventus. We said an Inter straight victory there. We have called Roma Lazio as an under 2.5. We have called AC Milan versus Spezia as an AC Milan straight victory, and Atalanta versus Napoli as a goal. Right? So guys, that's pretty much it. Remember what I always say is make sure you do your own research and only gamble with an amount that you can afford to lose. Right? So guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and turn on notifications because we're releasing videos like this on the regular. We should be back 2-3 days time for the midweek games again. Have a safe weekend. Stay safe, stay sane. We'll have more Footybets for you in 2 to 3 days time. Thank you.